Hello, my name is Jacob Meyer, and the research topic that I chose to do was the ancient civilization of Sumer. First, I want to talk about some background information on ancient Sumer. The civilization was located in an area called Mesopotamia, which is now modern day Iraq. Um, the civilization was at its peak between 3800 BC to 2000 BC. They were highly technologically advanced for their time period and contributed many inventions that greatly benefited society. The Sumerians were one of the first civilizations to live in permanent cities, and this also greatly benefited them. The Sumerians had questionable origins as well, and some suggest they may have been of extraterrestrial origin. The technologies the Sumerians possessed were one of the most fascinating aspects of the civilization. There are many that I could have listed here, but I only chose a few. First of all, Sumerians were one of the first civilizations to ever wear clothing. This helped to separate them from more primitive societies. They were also masters of agriculture and irrigation, and they had to be in order to survive. The area they live in only gets seasonal rain, and so they needed to create a canal system between the Tigris and Euphrates River in order to water their crops. They also had a great boating system. They had the ability to transport goods up and down the Tigris and Euphrates rivers and between canals in the cities. This was good because they could transport things like cattle, themselves, and other goods. They also were one of the first civilizations to create a writing system. They used this to document things such as taxes, transactions, and other various things. One of the more interesting technologies the Sumerians may have had is the use of electricity. This device pictured to the right is known as the Baghdad battery. It is a beehive-shaped device with a clay shell containing copper sheetings on the inner part and an iron rod that had evidence of corrosion, which suggests there may have been a current running through it. Scientists later reconstructed the device and successfully ran a current through it. This shows that the Sumerians were highly advanced. The Sumerians were also highly advanced in the field of medicine. Skeletons found in the area suggest that they performed various surgeries, including brain surgery. In order to do this, they would have to be well versed in wrapping and dressing wounds in order to prevent infection. This would prove crucial for them during times of war. They also had many drugs and antibiotics to fight illnesses. The drugs were made of various extracts, spices, resins, and plants. They also kept their surgical procedures on tablets so that they knew how to do them in the future. One of the more controversial topics about the Sumerians is the possibility that they were created by extraterrestrials. There's great debate about where the Sumerians came from, and no one can really say where for sure. The Sumerians themselves claim to be created by an alien race called the Anunnaki, and according to them, they were genetically modified from the Neanderthals that were already roaming the earth into smarter beings so that they were able to mine gold for the Anunnaki. The elongated skulls, as pictured to the right, that were found in the region lead some to suggest that this may actually be true, because these are clearly not typical human skulls. The Sumerians claim their gods would visit them from the sky, and some say this is just a misinterpretation, and that it's really them saying they were visited by aliens in spacecraft from the sky. The notion that the Sumerians are of extraterrestrial origin is very hard to swallow for most. On the contrary, however, there has not been anyone able to explain where the Sumerians truly did come from. This leaves the subject up to the debate, but many think that with their technologies, their creation myth, and just the simple fact that they had knowledge of our DNA shows that they were actually created by extraterrestrial beings. This debate will continue until one day, hopefully, we find a definitive answer. That is the end of my slideshow, and I would like to thank you for viewing it, and here are all my references.